Well, well, well. It's part 4. This is Rango again, and this is the Land of the Giants. My personal... I hate this level. I mean, I like certain aspects of it, but there are a lot of things wrong with it, and I die a lot in this playthrough, and I've died a lot in the 3 times that I've played it. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like the level. And there's nothing really wrong with it, to be honest. It is actually one of the most challenging levels in the game, but I don't know, it just feels different. I don't know. I'm being stupid. Been watching Scrubs on Netflix today because I have nothing better to do. And Clifford's really sick for some reason. I mean, he's been laying in bed all day. He never does that. So it's weird. What else? Talking to a bunch of people through text messaging. I've actually haven't used SMS that much since like today. I don't know. I usually contact people through Google Talk or Facebook, you know, on my phone, just because I hate text messaging. There's so much lag in when you send a text message. See, I was so stupid right there. I don't know, this level, like the depth perception in this level just confuses the hell out of me sometimes. And it's really dumb, because this level should be a lot easier than I'm making it. But, you know, me being a retard sometimes when I'm playing games doesn't realize what exactly the game wants you to do. So, that comes with the trade-off of being an idiot when it comes to that sort of thing. Especially, not playing platformers. This is the first platformer I've played since Limbo. So that's a pretty long time to... you know, be away from the genre. I mean, I've played a lot of fighters recently. I've played a lot of every genre, you know, in less time than that. So, since Limbo, I haven't really played a platformer. And, it's a good genre, but I can see why it's kind of dead, because they kind of all feel the same when you God damn it. I can't even say the word right now. I don't know. I'm just mad at not being able to do anything all day. Kind of sucks dick, especially on the weekend. You know, the first weekend of spring break. Whatever. It is what it is. So I've been watching Scrubs on Netflix. And if you don't know, it's a show about hospital interns trying to win the approval of their superiors. And it's a pretty interesting, funny, comedic show. I watch it because it makes me laugh a little bit, like every episode. It's not terribly funny, so I won't be laughing like a retard. But it's enough to, you know, get me a little happier. I watched almost all of Season 1 now on Netflix, and I'm about to go to Season 2. So, you know, it's another series to get me into, and since there's nothing on TV, holy shit. I tried to go and watch TV today.
It's 8 o'clock.
And it's 8 o'clock at night. What a surprise. I tried to go watch TV today. What the fuck happened to TV, man? TV's like dead. Like there is nothing on it during the weekend. And it sucks. Like every time I want to watch TV, there's nothing on. That's why the magic of DVR was invented, my friends. If it wasn't for DVR, I don't even see the point of even fucking having TV. Because, you know, paying that much for nothing, basically. Ugh, it's so bad, man. It really is bad. I'm glad I don't pay for it. I would have canceled, honestly, if I paid for it. All my local stations are currently gone because of a stupid legal feud between Dish Network and, this stupid media company that distributes the local stations here. So, I can't get Fox, and I can't get CBS. What the shit? Those are like the only 2 stations with something decent on them every once in a while. So, yeah. I'm stuck basically with just programming. Yeah, like Cartoon Network. Like, whenever I turn on the TV, I still put it on goddamn Cartoon Network, even though cartoons are terrible and it makes me depressed. And, you know, just everything on TV is basically shit during the day. And then when I want to watch something during the night, I either have class, because I'm taking night classes, or I turn it on during the night and it's a really awkward time period, like 3 o'clock in the morning. And all that's on at 3 o'clock in the morning is porn and spiritual shit. So, nothing really that I'm interested in at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, that's what it is, man. It is what it is. But, at least there's one little thing that's interesting. If you guys, have never heard of the show Red Eye, it's a comedy show on Fox News where they basically take the latest stories of the day and make fun of them in a really sarcastic, funny way. It's actually the only thing decent to watch on Fox News now that Beck has basically become mainstream Alex Jones, and you know, Bill O'Reilly's getting more insane by the day. You know, I don't know. There's just not a lot to watch on that network anymore. That I personally enjoy. So the family's back, and the team that everyone was rooting for won. It's the first time they've tried, and I mean, it's the first time they've won in like 14 years, so it's like a big deal. I'm gonna see nothing but Facebook posts about it all day tomorrow. Yay. So, you know, basketball. At least they bought me a Arby's roast beef sandwich. Pretty good. One of the 2 restaurants we have around here, we have actually we have 3 restaurants. We have a local one called El Parasol, we have Arby's, and we have Subway. I know, it's the odd bunch. Out of any of those restaurants, you know, all the fast food restaurants, Arby's and Subway. You know, the only way it could be more, you know, odd if it was Quiznos and Arby's, but you know, whatever. So, what was I talking about? I don't even remember because I had to stop the video because my parents and all of them came home. College. How many of you are in college? College is interesting because it's like high school with all the bullshit cut out. Kind of how Twitter is like Facebook with all the bullshit cut out. I like it, but at the same time it feels impersonal. I don't know any of my damn classmates. I don't know anything about any of the students there, aside from the little that I can gather from the short time period we're in class. It's a very odd disconnection. I don't feel as if I really connect with my classmates as much as I did in high school. I mean, even though I hated the majority of kids in high school, I at least knew about them. I don't even know like a third of the people there in my college. It's just a really odd social disconnect. And maybe it's not the same for people going to universities instead of small colleges like I do. Because, you know, I just go to a small college because, I don't know, not really ready to live in the big city yet or on my own. Especially without a car. It'd be a pain in the ass. And I have to live in a dorm and then have to deal with the college ghetto and all that shit. But you know, whatever. I personally feel a lot more liberty in this situation too, because I could take online classes in place of regular classes, which a lot of colleges still don't offer in the university sense. I guess they want you to go in there and be with 200 other fucking people, and I don't understand it. And it's weird because my college has a weird technical stance, because they do have these online classes which are really great and really advanced, but the real classes, when they're canceled, my teachers still haven't figured out the magic of email. The wonderment of, you know, contacting your students. And it's not like it would be a hard thing to do. Unlike most colleges, there's only 20 or 10 kids in each class, so it wouldn't be difficult in the slightest sense to contact and email all of them. In fact, they even ask us to provide emails for them. So they have our emails on hand, but they don't email us when there's no class. You know how I find out? A note on the door, or written on the chalkboard. And it's very annoying, especially with someone with limited mobility, in the sense that I don't have a fucking car, to have to get a ride over there, find out there's no class, and then beg for someone for a ride back. Crashing that car. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I really hate the fact that I was T-boned. Pain in the dick. Really big pain in the dick. But you know, that's just how it's gonna be. I wanted to talk about something else that was on my mind, but I can't really think of it. I've been so preoccupied with my day of Netflix, Pokemon, and Rango, or video recording, that, you know, I haven't really had much to do besides talk to people through text, and it's weird how... It's weird that you talk to people and through text message, and it just feels personal yet impersonal at the same time. You catch my drift? Because it feels more personal than talking, because it adds like this. You can say something a lot more personal through text message easier, and it makes contacting people a lot easier and expressing your opinion a lot easier. But at the same time, it eliminates that, you know, social aspect of it, because, you know, it feels like you're still alone. I don't know. It's a like, technology is a very interesting thing. It's both, you know, made me feel more connected and more disconnected with people. It'll be interesting to see how this teenage thing grows up, because Adrian was describing it to me like this. People are so used to using text message conversation that they can't actually have a physical conversation with regular people, like a normal, regular conversation. They don't know how to end it. They don't know how to start one. Because we're spoiled by this culture that, you know, starts all conversations with, you know, hey, hi, and then go on for hours through text messaging. Yeah, it's a really interesting perspective he has on that. Wish he would make videos on that kind of stuff, like a more personal channel. Because Adrian really has some interesting opinions on things that are non-game related. Me and him don't always agree on stuff game related, but I can see his point of view on a lot of stuff that's non-game related. But, you know, I don't know, he's not really invested in that. I thought with this new Tumblr blog that he made, he would be a lot more invested into ideas like that, but it's mostly just been postings about his favorite songs. But that would be a really interesting thing that he could write out. But, you know, that's just how it is. People, the people I think would have the most interesting ways of expressing their opinion actually have no form outlet of sharing their voice. Like DS Lemming is another one of my friends. Or Phil from England. He has an amazing opinion in my, like, just such an outlandish opinion than any other person I've talked to from his country, and he just doesn't express it. Like, he has a political blog, but, you know, since his other opinions on life and how things work, it fascinates me, but he has no outlet of getting it out there in a public sense, and it's a shame. And the same thing goes for Cosby 401. Not only does he have a great music talent, but he's also an awesome guy to talk to, even though I haven't been able to talk to him much. But he still has an opinion that's so interesting. Like, I don't know. It's weird. The people who are silent are the people that are most interesting, I guess. Because the most people that I watch, you know, their opinions are pretty good, but they don't voice them the same way as people that don't have an outlet. Maybe it's that disconnect with the audience thing. I've heard a lot of people talk about that once you do gain an audience, you kind of disconnect with the personal feeling and the personal way of talking. And I kind of understand that, because as I've grown from this YouTube thing, I've kind of felt a lot more detached from humanity. Just because of, I feel like people are an audience most of the time and I'm just a performer. And maybe that's like why actors have a lot of problems, you know, socially connecting with people. It's weird how actors who can act certain ways, you know, act through ways that people can actually connect to them, have a hard time connecting with other people in a personal manner. It's things like this interest me. I would love to do videos on this on the TED GTA channel, but that's become more of a politically centered channel. Maybe I'll open up a new one called Samuel to Human Philosophy or something stupid like that. Or maybe I'll just do it on the TED GTA channel. Screw it. I was actually thinking about doing a video on there saying how we're too much of a fear-based society. I don't know though. We'll have to see. There's a lot of interesting people fascinate me. They honestly do. And, you know, it's interesting because I don't know. It's interesting how people with the, in my opinion, worst opinions, or, you know, don't have much to say, are always the people that become popular. Are always the people that have nothing to say are the ones that become famous. Especially here on the internet outlet. And it's strange. It really is strange to me. Like, DSP, he doesn't really say anything during his commentaries. He just really sits there on his high horse and, you know, talks about crap he doesn't really know anything about. And it's interesting how popular he's gotten. Also, why the reviewer doesn't really have anything interesting to say about games, but he's extremely popular. And Shane Dawson or Ray William Johnson, hell, Ray William Johnson's a perfect example. He doesn't really say anything, he just shows video clips and gives light opinions on each clip. So he doesn't really have anything to say at all. But people find him hilarious. Maybe I'm reading way too much into this. Maybe people are just popular because of misleading thumbnails or video quality or something like that. And, you know, people are just dumb in that way that they would just prescribe to anything that's relatively, you know, good in quality and stuff in terms of video quality. But I'd like to think that there's more to that. I think people are just drawn to people who don't have any dignity or, you know, sense of values or stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe people just like to watch train wrecks. I mean, there's a couple of people I watch here on YouTube who have terrible, terrible lives, and I do get enjoyment out of watching what they're going through. I can't say I'm really proud of myself for that, but maybe that's the truth. I don't know, but these people seem emotionally devoid. They don't really have a personality. They just sit there and they do this video stuff just as a job. I do it as a way of communication, and I do, you know, stuff for jobs because it's easy work. It really is. Doing this kind of crap is super easy. Anyone, you know, that really wants to try to do it will see how easy it is. Samuel out.